Questions about Donald Trump's health are growing louder and more frequent by the day. And according to Trump biographer Michael Wolff, the White House is getting super pissed off about having to answer nonstop questions and put out press releases about how awesome Donald Trump's health really is, in spite of what we can see and hear with our own senses. Here is what Michael Wolff, who is Donald Trump's least favorite author ever, told the Daily Beast podcast this week. He said, quote, "The only thing that I'm hearing about his health is everyone is irritated that people are focusing on his health. I mean, the people around him. Because, and actually this makes some sense, what they see is Donald Trump always moving ahead, a man who doesn't stop, inexhaustible. On the other hand, they acknowledge one day he will just go over." And then the host interrupts and she says, "Wait, they say that?" And Wolff goes, "Yeah, the idea that he will fade, that he will become sick, that he will be mortal in that way that we all are, they actually don't accept he will stop at one point and that will be it." So they don't believe that Trump can, pass on like every other human being. They think, no, this guy's great. If I'm reading what Wolff is saying correctly, because it does say they actually don't accept he will stop at one point and that will be it. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm reading that correctly, but he's gonna. I mean, we all do. That's the human condition. Everyone will eventually die, and there's nothing we can do to stop that. Now, we can try to hold it off as long as possible, right? We can try to be healthier, more active, and all of that, but Trump isn't doing that. And in fact, when they say, look at him, he just keeps doing all of these things, I frequently point to my own grandmother, who has dementia and has for many years now, and of course it gets worse with time. She's up all day, every day. She's up all through the night like Donald Trump. She's inexhaustible. She's always talking. You don't quite always understand it, but she's always talking. She's always moving around and doing things just like Donald Trump. Does that mean she's perfectly healthy and raring to go? Well, to be honest, actually, aside from the dementia, she is in perfect health, for her age. It's remarkable. Trump, on the other hand, is not. Trump's heart cannot get blood from his lower extremities back up to his heart. His ankles are swelling because blood is pooling. Now, I'm no medical expert. I didn't go to medical school, but I do know that if you have blood pooling in one part of your body because your heart can't get it back to the heart, yeah, that's typically a sign that, oh God, you need to go to the doctor right now. And this is where Donald Trump's vanity comes in. I think his vanity is going to be what does him in. This guy's not going to go in for heart surgery willingly. He's not going to go in for any other kind of procedure like leg stents, which my father has had a lot of to, get the blood flowing back up to the heart. He is too proud to do that. He doesn't want people to see him as weak or mortal, so he'll probably put those things off, and eventually that could be the end of it. But the White House did respond to Michael Wolff's comments, telling the Daily Beast, quote, "President Trump is the most energetic and transformative president in history, and he works nonstop on behalf of the American people." And then, of course, this week they also had Ronnie Jackson, Republican representative who was Trump's doctor during his first term. They had him come out and talk about how great and healthy he is, and it's amazing. He's in perfect health. He's obviously not. And when you guys are telling us something that we can see is literally not right, we know you're covering up something even larger. The bruises on the hands are not from shaking people's hands. The swelling in the ankles is not a benign condition that we don't need to worry about. Doctors have pointed out, as I said earlier this week, they think it's congestive heart failure. The dementia. He can't remember the name of the Pacific Ocean last week. He can't remember the name of Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, on Monday. He goes into all these nonsensical rants, creates all of these fake things, fake scenarios, confabulations. It's all symptoms. His angry rants on social media are symptoms of dementia. Or maybe he's just a mentally unwell person. Maybe it's psychological. Either way, still really bad. But the White House is clearly covering this up, and we're not going to have all the answers until this administration is gone, and somebody in there will eventually speak out about how bad Donald Trump really was and how they covered it up. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.